What's going on, everybody? It's Robin Williams back at you. Mm. I'm actually still on going over some of the small stuff, the coincidences or the law of attraction. You know what I mean? Like I said in the previous video, I'm going over this stuff not to brag at all. Obviously, some of this stuff here is very, very small, but I just wanted to go over what it took for me to become aware of uh, the things that I'm aware of today. So, for instance, when I read The Law of Attraction, The Secret, for those who have no idea what I am talking about, don't be discouraged, just keep listening. And the idea of the law of attraction is that like attracts like. And studying the law of attraction and the other subjects around it, you pretty much learn that what you think about, you attract. What you think about most, you attract, and that our thoughts have a lot of power, basically. Has a lot of power when we think about it. It has a ton of power when we add emotion to it and stuff like that. So, kind of like if I think about a free apple, being given a free apple, or just having an apple. It doesn't have to be free. Having an apple, right? Um, if I think about it, it will be attracted to me in some way, shape, or form. So, for instance, if I ask for an apple, a friend of mine might call me up, send me, invite me to lunch. We go out to lunch, and the waiter could offer me an apple, you know what I mean, because of this thought and this intention that I had. So the idea around it is that it works for everything, right? That's why I said empty what you know about your business or even your life. The idea is that this works for um, your business, your health, your uh, your physique, your relationships, your finances. So this like works for everything. What I'm about to share with you. And when I started off, right, I was so excited. I started off with the video, with the secret video, and I wanted to test this information, right? I wanted to know that this worked because it was just almost, one of those things that are too good to be true. This is what that was. This is way too good to be true, yet I was extremely excited about it. So, the book suggested to start off with something small, like a cup of coffee. And I started off small with a cup of coffee, and just to try to speed it up a little bit, guys, I'm gonna go through this story here. I started off with a cup of coffee. I said, the idea is to ask for a cup of coffee. So I asked for a cup of coffee in my, mental head. I asked for a cup of coffee. Didn't get the cup of coffee, right? Did not get the cup of coffee. And so I got frustrated. I said, if I can't get this cup of coffee, right, give me a hot chocolate or a soda, something for free so that I know that this stuff works. And time passed, like maybe a few days, and I still didn't get any of this stuff, right? At first, I chose a cup of coffee because I felt like it was something that no one would offer me. Because at the time, I didn't drink coffee. I was like pretty much a soda or juice type person. You know what I mean? Now I can get a cup of coffee in. So I felt like for someone to, offer me a cup of coffee, uh, that wouldn't be a coincidence. What we know, these things that we attract, we call them coincidences, and they aren't. Um, but I got frustrated. I didn't get the coffee. I didn't get the soda. I didn't get the hot chocolate. So I let it all go. And the reason why I'm dragging this story on is so that you can see the process of things. When I let it go, right? When I say, you know what, I asked for it, the process is you go, you ask, and you receive it, right? You ask, believe, and receive it. So receiving it means letting it go, letting the attachment go. You know what I mean? So I let the attachment to this free thing go, right? And about the next day, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna buy me my own cup of hot chocolate. If this stuff doesn't work, I'll get my own crap my own way, you know. And I bought the hot chocolate and it was disgusting, right? It was like, oh, you know, this is the worst hot chocolate ever. You know, probably wasn't the worst, but I was complaining, you know. At the time I was trying to be positive and everything, but by this time I had started complaining about this cup of hot chocolate. And someone in my office overheard me talk about the hot chocolate and offered me some of their hot chocolate, you know, like the little package of hot chocolate. And so I took it and I was like, okay, you know, thank you. And then I was like, wow, is this the way we attract things? Because if this whole process is how it goes, then it sucks. You know what I mean? If I have to go buy my hot chocolate and have it suck on my own dime and then finally get something attracted to me, you know, this kind of sucks. But I didn't know at the time. I learned a very valuable lesson is that when you let things go, they tend to come to you effortlessly. And I think that's why so many people badmouth the law of attraction. It wasn't that Rhonda Byrne didn't think that these things that we needed to take action on the things that we wanted to attract. It's just a certain type of effortless action that we could take on our business, on our life goals that certain people don't think that way. You know, they think it's action, hard work, you know, just blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I mean? So I think that's why the book, The Secret, gets a bad rep, you know, and I think she's more of ask, believe, and receive. The process should be smooth. However, we get upset when things don't come our way. You know what I mean? Like I did with the cup of coffee. It didn't come in time for me, so I get upset, which was blocking, right? Which was blocking me from getting this free cup of coffee. And so when I let it go, right? When I let it go, it came to me almost effortlessly, right? It came to me effortlessly. I didn't have to ask, you know, because of this process I went through, I complained, you know, and someone overheard me in the office. And then I got the free cup of hot chocolate. So, what blew my mind after this hot chocolate, right, was not the fact that I got it free, right? What blew my mind after the hot chocolate is the following day, I had still forgotten all about asking for this free coffee, right? And asking for the free soda. Because when I got frustrated about the coffee, I said, I don't care what it is. Give me coffee, hot chocolate, soda. Give me something for free so that I know that this stuff works, right? So people may call that hot chocolate a coincidence. Yeah, of course your coworker will give you a free hot chocolate if they hear you you know, if they hear you complaining about hot chocolate in the office. I get it. But what happened the following day did not pass me as a coincidence. You know, it did not happen as a coincidence. So the following day, I went into work. I forgot about the free soda that I asked for, right? Because, you know, I did the whole hot chocolate thing. It's a wrap. I got that. Whoopee. And so I went to it was our cafeteria, right? I don't know how many people worked in there. I was currently working in the Defense Intelligence Agency, right? And in this building on Bolin Air Force Base, I don't think it's called that anymore. I would suggest that there are maybe a couple thousand employees there. I don't know. I only knew very few. So I didn't know a lot of these people. So it wasn't like I would go to lunch with the same old crew and someone buy me a drink. What happened was I got in line for lunch. I started dropping everything out of my wallet and me trying to be positive at the time, trying to implement what they teach in The Secret and about the law of attraction about being positive. I started picking it up, thinking, what's happening? Why am I dropping this stuff? You know, I'm trying to be positive, right? Like nothing bad is ever supposed to happen in my life, right? And so I get up from picking up all my cards and my ID from off the floor. And the lady who was ringing my lunch up, she said, "Oh, the guy that was in front of you already paid for your soda, so you're good to go on your soda." And so before I could even find the guy, he was gone. I never met this guy. I just said hello to him at the line, right? That's effortless action, right? So that blew my mind. I was like, oh, I forgot I asked about the soda, but since I had let it go, you know, I asked and I let it go. You know what I mean? Uh, it was attracted to me. And then there are still some people that will say, "Oh yeah, it's still a coincidence, right?" Right? So get this, right? I get home that day, right? And I forget I asked for a cup of coffee. The first thing I asked for, I still forgot. I asked for the cup of coffee. And the same day I got the soda, I went home that day. I opened my mailbox, right? And I received a coupon, right? Not for a discounted coffee, not for a buy one, get one free coffee, right? But I received one for an absolute free cup of coffee in my mailbox. Never received that before, never seen that I was aware of before. Like you get the junk mail and little cards and stuff. I've never seen any free coffee, drinks in my mailbox. Guys, this is not a coincidence. That did not happen. It happened because of what I asked for, right? And then I've gone on to attract parking spots all the time. Very easy, right? I've gone to, I don't know if you're familiar with Alexandria, Virginia, one of the places where it's so hard to find parking spots. And I'll ask for the specific parking spot right in front of a restaurant. And I'll go 4 blocks with there not being one parking spot open except for the exact one that I asked for right in front of the restaurants. I've gone my entire life without winning any type of raffles in my life, right? Any type of raffles. And I go through one technique that allows me to win a raffle just like that. You know what I mean? I was blown away. It was a technique that I learned after reading other books about the law of attraction and letting go of things and stuff like that. And that worked wonders. It was awesome. It was just for like a t-shirt or something, right? Furniture. I asked for furniture at the time. We didn't have money to buy furniture. So I would, imagine the furniture we had. We eventually was able to buy the furniture we needed for our house. My wife and I at the time, we were just girlfriends, right? And so I asked for certain things for my house, right? And people would show up with pieces of furniture, right? That match my exact furniture, right? So, like, one of my friends came down, haven't met her for years, didn't talk to her about the law of attraction, didn't talk to her about the secret, didn't talk to her about my finances, didn't talk to her about the furniture I was trying to get, didn't explain to her what type of furniture I had in my house. She didn't know what my house looked like. She showed up with a mirror that matched my bedroom set to the T, right? That is not a coincidence when I was going through this exercise. And I've also been able to attract a house that I wanted to buy when my credit was so shitty, you guys. I took action towards this. Yes, I did. I'm not saying I didn't because I had to fix my credit up some, right? It was so bad. I took action and I attracted the house in the most beautiful way that I could think of. You know what I mean? So when I was actually told that I was approved for this house, right? Something magical happened. And I don't want to say that the house came to me fully paid for. No, it didn't. It was small, but it was magical. I have a thing for beauty of nature and birds. I don't see enough of it, right? So every now and then in Alexandria, somewhere in Virginia, we'll see cardinals or blue jays and stuff like that. And from our window in Alexandria, sometimes every now and then we'll see one or two blue jays, right? And so as this guy called me up to tell me that I was going to be approved for the house or that I was approved for the house, there were about 4 or 5 blue jays at my window at the time as he was telling me this on the phone. Was absolutely magical, guys. I'm going to get into a few more things about how I know that this stuff works, and then I'll get into how it will help you with your business, guys. What I want you to do is just stick with me, believe and know that this stuff will help you in your business and whatever business you're in. And all of this stuff that I'm telling you is a point to it, right? So I will see you on the next video. Peace.